is KTN.
Need the special grace of God, drugs, and a little bit of insanity to operate in the CBD.
True.
And I'm not being bougie. I'm just being real.
Yeah.
By the time you leave there, you have been docked points of sanity.
Because there is construction, then there is filth, then there is like a billion people. Nothing is moving. I agree with you. I agree.
I had sworn the last time that I went was the last time. I don't know.
Now this is the last time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Pay me. I can't. People are just moving. People are shouting.
Nairobi is a fast city, eh?
No, it's not even about the speed. People are throwing things. Others are shouting. Others are making.
Yeah.
There's traffic.
Others
people
are grabbing
moving.
you.
Others are shooting.
Toka. Hey, bro. Sinajua penye naenda swachana na mimi.
Others are shooting, filming things.
Yeah.
Where in the middle of what? Others are saying Eldoret, Kisumu. Ay! Yeah, all of these things happening in the same city.
Yeah.
My God, I left there. You guys thought I was crazy. It has increased because of yesterday. I need like 7
Grace
months
of God.
to I can't even speak anymore.
Recalibrate.
Bas. To now just be normal functioning again. I'm not being sensational.
You know, we go to China every time to take loans. I think we could learn from them because China, with all that population and everything that is happening, is that city, quiet city.
My God.
Anyway, uko sawa? Other than yesterday.
I'm
Would you
okay.
recover?
No, bado. It's going to take me a minute to get back to my normal craziness. You know, now the normal craziness is acceptable levels.
Yes.
Now that they've added that one for yesterday, it's going to take me a minute.
So these guys are just looking at my handbag. Let me remove it from the shot. Evelyn, mbona useme?
Man bag.
Man bag.
It's nice.
Evelyn.
Then it's a set one his man bag.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Evelyn, don't show some things, man.
But at least we are in the land of the living, so we bless the name of the Lord. A
Come
very, very good morning to everybody. It's the 5th of May. June. What? It's actually the 5th of June. We are already a quarter divided by 5.
We're past quarter.
Of the month.
Yeah.
Yes. Because this almost at a quarter of the month.
We are in the second quarter of the year.
Yes, we are.
Oh.
No, the second half of the year.
Second half of... Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Just saying.
Yeah. In case anybody was wondering, June is the 6th month of the year, and there are 12 months in the year, and so now you've passed half. So if you've not done the things that you're supposed to do that would be required of you to have been done by the mid of the year, mugo na shida kiasi mahali.
Inatonga, when you cross the year, they're called resolutions.
No, after you've crossed this time is just a joke.
Yeah. So
if you've not done, you're a joker. That's all we'll tell you at this point.
Okay.
Dennis Tola said to on his man bag, and Ndoko here, and sprinklings of EVE with her angel dust tuko hapa kila mtu, and getting into it this morning. Very good morning to you guys. You know I'm not going to let that go, right? I need at least 3 days. Lovely to have everybody here this morning, and we're getting into conversations today as we end the week, and things that we're going to talk about. A very good morning to you, Mutanu and Joylene, getting into things this morning. Can't leave you out, of course. So, we see that you're tuning in. Live streams are up on YouTube, Facebook, and on X. And a very good morning to our audience on KTN today. Getting into it, karibuni sana. Let me tell you some of the conversations that we'll have today. Where you guys, 90, not 19, not 90 schools have been closed because of unrest or potential unrest. That was before last evening when St. George's also closed. That 90, yes.
I don't know, along State House Road.
Right.
Getting closer to State House, eh?
So
State House goals at some point as well.
They were doing something. Yeah. So by the time that number was coming through, it was 90. And the basic education, Bwana Bitok has said, nah, we're not going to close school. Go on early half term. No, it's not going to happen. But then it's interesting because almost in the same breath, he then went ahead and said that if you see that the midterm exams are causing pressure, then you don't have to have them. I wondered.
You don't have to have them.
What planet do we actually exist? What planet are we actually living on?
Which policy is this ban implementing? That's my question.
Fly by roadside. As in, it's anything that's passing. Yeah, okay.
Let me tell you. You see, the pilots who are taking that plane, I swear those guys are drivers. They don't have.
They're like me in the CBD yesterday. They're like me in the CBD yesterday.
I swear, those pilots are looking for the gear. The gear level because
Order. O-R-D-E-R. Come on. Anything goes, I'm telling you.
Ladies and gentlemen, flight KQ. No, not flight. Flight
MOE, Ministry of Education.
Flight MOE from Kenya to Singapore. Yeah? Mayday.
Emergency landing over to you, sir. Hey, watchtower. My God. It's unbelievable.
You forgot where the gear level is. Can you help? We are 30,000 feet above sea level.
For goodness sake.
Oh my God. Wow, nose diving to oblivion.
Mutuflani is a Calais. Even the real estate who say you guys are so negative. And then Mutuflani wants to drink whiskey in the morning because he cannot keep. Let me tell you, the city county of Nairobi, then I don't know what happened, but yesterday, was it 200 million or was it 65 million?
65.
It was found in the home of CEC, urban planning, those things. Then you wonder.
Patrick Analo.
So now my question is, who didn't he give money? Who was not cut in on the deal that then decided to blow the whistle?
Yeah.
Because how do you just randomly EACC, let's go to a house,
Yeah.
stop it. Somebody was cut out of the deal.
True. 65 mil in suitcases.
They need to confirm. Was it 200? Was it 65? Because by the time the story had developed, it was then 65. So where did 130 million go? I don't know. But, those things you cannot rule out.
Now my question is...
All of these things, by the way, Dennis, my dear, are happening in the same country.
Wait.
Just two, and those are just two.
You know it's happening where? In the same city where you're stressed. You went yesterday. And then you know what? He's the planner. Oh. Now you know why the city is not planned. Okay, it's not a good thing to laugh at it, but
things all happening. All of those things were happening just yesterday, guys. Schools closing, people stealing money, people doing drama. Then you want us to come and keep quiet in the morning? Nah. So if I were you, Isakale and Mutuflani, just get your bourbon. Because this morning, not encouraging people to be inebriated in the morning. However,
you need one for the road.
It might be necessary. Yes, all those things are happening as we speak this morning. But let me tell you what our conversations are going to look like today, because we'll talk about some of those things and they'll be inculcated in those conversations today. So, Karibu Sana, as you get into it today, just be gearing up to tell us where it is that you're tuned in from. Even before we get to that, let me inform you of what we will be talking about today. We're going to start from the tail end of things, because at 9 o'clock, uncovering hidden causes of childhood pneumonia in Kenya. Pneumonia is a bacterial infection. That means you'll get the fevers and all of that, but then you're not really sure what's going on. Is it cold in your chest? Is it that you're not wearing a jacket when it's cold? Is it a bacteria that's passed from one place to another? If I can show you what Dennis Aseto is doing, it's okay. So 2 ladies are going to join us. Dr. Rose Jalango is a vaccinology and public health specialist. And Dr. Diana Marangu Bore is, I don't know if it's Bore or Boer. She'll tell us when she gets here. Consultant pediatrician and pulmonologist. That word. You say you never know if you're going to meet a pulmonologist. She'll be here today. And a senior lecturer at the University of Nairobi, the pulmonologist. She'll join us today. That's at 9 o'clock. Before that, at 8 o'clock, we are going to track the country's debt. There's a lady, her name is Ellen Kawila Mulwa. She's a civic educator, and she's actually come up with this tracking system.
Yes.
Brilliant. And she wants to show you, or rather she has already started to show, how much Kenya borrowed, where it went to, where it actually made its way into the country, or if it didn't. We're going to go through this step by step with her, and we'll find out maybe that thing that you're asking to be public is actually public. Sawa? Before that, at 7 o'clock, Ahmed Mohammed is the Deputy Governor of Wajir County. He will join us at 7 o'clock, and we'll be talking post-Madaraka Day, marginal isolation of the North and security promises. Do we actually see the North then now moving forward as a result of Madaraka Day? So that's what it looks like today. Karibuni Sana, thank you for joining us already. Let's get into these conversations today. Shall we?
Yes, let's do that.
Now, you took us to Ghana. It's
We
the last
are
day in Ghana.
It's the last day in Ghana. Last day in Ghana. We live in Ghana today, having ensured that there's a lady who's actually producing chocolate. Now we're looking at that being perhaps the African brand, so that we start consuming our very own chocolate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So perhaps all these airports, duty free, these are things that we need to be pushing in the AFCFTA.
Right.
Yes,
I
right.
would agree.
But let's look at the proverb. The path does not close to the person who returns. The path does not close to the person who returns.
The path does not close to the person who returns. I don't know. Would it be saying, okay, well, you always come back home. The chickens will always come home to roost.
Yep.
You'll come back to that point. You'll go back to your roots. And it will never close for you if you decide to keep coming back.
Yeah.
There's no future without a history. And I guess you can't really forget where you've come from in order to launch you to where you're going. I always remember that. That's for sure. Yeah.
I'm going to look at it from the biblical perspective, the prodigal son. You go out there, you mess up, you do everything that is wrong. But when you decide to come back, when you decide to do the right thing, it's never too late for you to do the right thing.
Yeah.
So Patrick Kanalo, perhaps
Something.
the government of Kenya, perhaps
Something.
Mr. PS Education, perhaps.
Maybe he was holding the money for somebody.
Yeah, that too. It's never too late for the person who's holding the money to go for it.
Okay.
Yeah. So to the government of Kenya, we are chartering planes left, right, center. We have KQ. Perhaps we can start investing in KQ and get that money back home. You know what I mean? So it doesn't mean every other time we need to be pumping in billions to KQ. We can do something about it.
All right.
Just saying.
Okay.
It's never late to do the right thing.
Never too late to do the right thing.
Yes.
All right. A very good morning to everybody. Do tell us where it is that you're tuned in from today as you get into it. Let's say a quick hello to you. Peter Chiari is tuning from Mombasa this morning. Proverbs 16:3, he says, commit to the Lord whatever you do and he will establish your plans. Kabisa. Laban Motaroki, says, good morning, I'm in. Karibu in. And Christina says, good morning. Hatuja Kasirika Bado. We need to join Laikipia by protesting nationwide. By the way, all of these things happening yesterday, Laikipia said, excuse me, nope.
Round 2.
No, Sasa, we are telling you, in case you didn't hear us the first time.
You said we are 5. The 5 of us are back.
You said there are only 5 protesters.
Yeah.
Sasa, 5 were Merudi.
Tumerudi.
And they said, you thought that we had forgotten. No. We back. Like we never left.
The people may.
The people shall. Isakale, good morning. A country where patients wait hours for care and nurses work double shifts, finding 65.3 million shillings in a house is a reminder that corruption isn't theft of money. It's theft of treatment, dignity, and even life.
True.
On the money, brother.
True.
Because
True.
absolutely. You think you're stealing money because, no, what you're doing is you're killing people.
True.
You're stealing money that is supposed to go to other things. You are killing people. Let's just call it as it is. Let this be the place where we will say, we will not sugarcoat it, we will not mollycoddle anybody. You stole money. If it was alleged or proven that was supposed to be for another purpose, it's not supposed to be in suitcases in your house.
Nope.
Just saying. Even if you're holding it for somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, don't hold it in your house.
Check it at bank.
Thanks.
Check it at bank.
You kill somebody.
Yeah.
You're killing people by taking money that is meant for public resources.
65 million.
Hello? Isakale on the money, man.
On the money.
Namias Movic says, good morning, watching from Nyawita. Okay, good morning to you. JB Mutua says, good morning. Happy Friday. Spice family tuned in from New Jersey. Nashan Gogi says, good morning, Princess Ndu. Good morning, Juma Mubarak Dennis.
Karim.
It's time to just get rid of boarding schools. Is this what you think? Okay. Government can allocate funds and pay out the schools for a specific period just due to revenue they'll lose. Love from Arizona. Well, let me tell you, it's time that something was done because this, not on.
Yeah.
A massive demonstration loading, trust me. This is what Eric Nganga is saying. People are frustrated somehow. Kimiak says, I'm already laughing. Okay. Every day, a Ruto presidency feels like an episode of 1,000 Ways to Die. Oh, God. You know what, good people? Nothing good will come out of the Kenya Kwanzaa regime. Oh, lo, lo. Jennifer Tenyi says, good morning, my dear Aseto. Dear Aseto, you've been greeted.
Good morning, my dear Jennifer.
There you go. And the Spice family, the rest of us, just the rest. Okay. I choose positivity this morning because this country is not for the weak. My sister, not just you. Omo, this one needs, you know how when they say fasten your seatbelts, this one you need fasten your life jacket inside the plane even before the thing has crashed. Understand? Leo says, good morning, hello, Princess Ndu and Aseto. Aidan Duale simply said the Constitution is a suggestion in matters of Ebola quarantine, but interestingly, Americans want their own to be treated in their own country. That's true. He said we're not going to consult anybody. This is what he said. Alex Gyoko says, good morning, Spice. If I'm tuned in from Trans-Zoia, have a fabulous day, and to you too, sir. Simon Kibiru says, good morning. Princess Ndu and Aseto, locked from Sultan Hamoud for today's conversations. Happy weekend, and to you too. Mashari and Jero's tuned in this morning. Says, good morning, Team Spice. Ndu and Dennis watching from Portland in Oregon. Kenya is the latter-day animal farm. You should read that book, by the way, to maybe get an understanding. Erica War says, good morning, guys. Good morning to you. Fiery Red says, good morning, Ndu and Aseto. Leonie, a touch of green. Sindio? Touch of green, even on the twinkle toes.
Yeah.
It says, I agree with you. Aseto's sweater is to die for. Kabisa. It is.
Sante.
James Kamau says, when in primary school, we fought like mad to become number one in class. But no one really prepared us how to maintain that position once we get there. Tafkari high politically. Osana Emily says, good morning. Today I'll be a silent listener. Well, we're glad that we're here in the room with us. James Kamau says, where? Yani, the new lipstick has lasted 3 full days. No, but okay. I see what you're doing, James. And a very good morning to you. Robert Mbogo says, good morning to me from Mombasa. Andrew Chira says, Dennis, Kama you're not feeling good, jipende and stay home.
Yeah, niko sawa.
He's okay. Amesema you're 30%. Evelyn amesha sprinkles 15 hivi. We're waiting for the balance. No.
If we choose to stay, we will stay home for a very long time to come. But thank you.
He's tuning from Vancouver and Washington. And Bwangi Juma says, good morning, Spice FM. How are you all this morning? It's come to our attention that we should elect politicians wenye heshima na wasio na madharau to the law and to the voters respectively.
Can we also say amen to that statement?
Amen.
Amen.
Okay. Nyakundi Emmanuel says, good morning, Team Spice. How can someone hide 65 million shillings in a house? It really reflects what their bosses have in their houses. That the children do what the fathers and mothers do. Okay. Kumbe ndu ni mtoi wa masofa set. What does that mean?
Mtoi wa masofa set. Sofa set is like the couch in the house. Mtoi wa masofa set. So, couch potato.
Me, couch potato. Did you hear what I said? I went to the city yesterday. Anyway, that's decombo. Very good morning. I don't know what that means, but we'll figure it out. Jennifer says, Ndu, imagine that is our daily life in the CBD, then add work-related pressures. I think we're already gone. Wallahi, it is not possible, and I'm saying it here today, it is not possible for you to be somebody who operates in the CBD in Nairobi.
True.
The way it is currently.
Yep.
Every day for at least, I'm not even saying 8 hours, I'm just saying 5. It is not possible for you to be totally sane. Wallahi. Anybody who operates in the CBD of Nairobi today, Monday to Friday, I'm not even talking about Saturday, Monday to Friday, with that's going on, you know what? Mental health.
I think we should actually
mental health.
We should do a research and find out the productivity of a regular Nairobi citizen in the CBD. Because if you're not doing that, it is a rowdy matatu outside your business, honking. And, you know, if it's not that, you're just going to do your business. Someone wants you to go to Kajiado, grabbing you to push you inside the matatu.
In fact,
if you don't know where you're
going to Kiseri and mtu anakusumbua, hey, madam, Eldred, enter the car. You find yourself at Moiben.
Before you know it, you find yourself in like Kipe demonstrating with the 5 others.
I'm telling you, quote me, check people. You see now somebody comes over and starts shouting at you. Just ask them, where were you today? Yeah. They'll tell you they were in the CBD. Yeah. No. Nope. But I hear you. And everybody needs to have a conversation with yourself by the time it gets to Saturday, because where? Simon says, good morning to you guys. I'm tuned in from Dubai. This is Simon. Chic Show, good morning to you. Sarah Kilonzo says, good morning, Team Spice. Another day to discuss our country, which is becoming unbearable. Wow. Drift Session is saying, good morning. Remember, a moving man will always meet his luck. May your weekend come with a break, rest, or just a sigh. Yeah. Jose Mahinda says, good morning, Team Spice. And Thomas Osoro says, aspiring MCA Mountain View Ward 2027. Good to see you guys after a while. Hope you're well. It's been a minute indeed. Vintage Oaks says, hi, to Dennis. Good morning. All set for the show. Kabisa. Linda Agola. Bonjour, mes amis. Someone snitched on that county official. Kabisa, my sister. It is not possible that in your house, just generally chilling is 65M, and then EACC just rocks up and says, hi, my name is Jesus Zacchaeus. I've come to your house for tea. No, it doesn't work like that. Somebody did not get their cut.
You know, you guys are not asking the difficult question. How many 65 millions have been to that house?
Where? Eric Nganga says from 250 million to 65 million, hii ndio ile mchezo wa town. Ya town kabisa.
Kabisa.
Quarter B. Happy Friday, all, says Mutuflani. Why is disaster and lawlessness in the air? Is it something spiritual? I've been telling it. Bia War says, good morning, guys. Thanks for the great job you're doing, keeping us informed of the new goings on in the country. Be abundantly blessed. Amen. Baba War, you're tuning from London in the United Kingdom. Also, Aseto, Linda Agola says, are you ready for this?
Yes.
Blush Session 2027 is about to start. You look more handsome without specs. You guys didn't see what he did. Agola, sasa unaona sasa umeharibu show, because sasa now we are not going to focus. It's over. Finished.
Thank you, Agola.
Otto is tuning from Uganda, and Benson says, good morning, Khalifa is locked. Pace Timer says, good morning, Aseto, and NDU. Pia na EVE, who mmekataa kutuonyesha, mmeona sasa. Amekataa, na she's just here to my left. Abracadabra continues, 65 million in the house, says Edwin. Ooh, another person has spelled my name terribly. Kenya is not for the weak. It is not. Good morning to you, Edwin. Collins Choge says, good morning, Spice FM. Every day, negativity from the presenter. I choose some other stations. I need positivity in the morning. It's not me, man. It's the country giving it up. So this is where it is. It's not me. I'm telling you what's going on. But, it's good. J. Dot says, lovely top and do, thank you so much. Good morning from Ijara Sub-County. Good morning to you. Beja says, good morning, Spice FM. Good morning to you. And Dark Heaven says, good morning from Mombasa. Saying a very good morning really quickly. Aseto vulai iyo raia kumbe ni zile jamaa. That Kiswahili is tough. Sergey Mine says, Sergey Germain says, good morning. Joe Maga says, good morning, Team Spice. He felt he owes South Africans an explanation, not Kenyans. Weep, my country, weep. Oi. Henry Acceptor says, good morning. Andrew Chair, we see you. The Real SC, currently enjoying a hot tub, waiting for the three amigos to attack. Okay. I don't know who the three amigos are, but good morning to you, SC. And Red Fire Red, there's a settle with the pause, indeed. Sarah Rabat says, good morning. I have slept extra today because the week was tough. I'm ready for Saturday. Sasa mkai tu bila specs. Sisi what, We will agree on the day. Oh, okay. We're getting into it, guys. Good morning, everybody. Karibu sana. Those who like it and those who don't. Everybody, karibu sana to the Situation Room this morning.
The bus carries
everybody.
The willing and the unwilling.
Bus.
Destination.
One place.
Yes.
Good morning. Let's talk and look into the headlines when we come back from this. Karibuni sana. Kila mtu.
Situation Room, the only way to start your day.
To jail for contempt of court as intensified scrutiny of the county administration. When you see crumbs on the floor, that means that what? There was the big bread at some point. If you ask me, these things that you're seeing here, they're just crumbs.
Yeah.
Crumbs, leading to something else.
You know, the sad part is Charles Kirich was supposed to pay the lawyers
6.7 million shillings.
6.7.
106.7.
Now, question is, we just seen 65 million and we're not even sure that's the amount. That means that county, if they just used the money well, would be able to pay these lawyers and have some change and do much more.
Yep. Yes, you would. But do you? 10 students arrested after school fires spark panic nationwide. It's what's on the second page of the Standard today. Yes, we did see that. 10 students are in custody as investigations intensify into a fire that gutted a store at Alliance High School, even as pressure mounts on authorities to consider precautionary closures before the midterm break amid a wave of unrest spreading across learning institutions nationwide. So indeed, by about 4 p.m. yesterday, the number of schools officially was 90. By evening, that number had increased. Getting to the root of the problem and solving the problem is not a favor. It is a necessity at this point.
It's not a shouting match.
No. And it's not even a suggestion, oh, let's form a task force committee, whatever the case may be, and then let's let the report sit on the shelf. No. You figure it out. Somebody said something to me yesterday, and actually sat, and I thought, wow. I said, you guys, and I think Boaz Waroko also kind of alluded to that yesterday, where he said, you also have to ask yourself that what could be the reason why schools then will now start to close in rapid succession. We're getting to half term. We are also in a position whereby all the money that was needed for capitation has not been sent. So the possibility of schools saying, you know what, at a pesa tuna ya upkeep, so you know what we're going to do? It's just be going home. Then when you come back, we're going to ask you to pay your school fees in full so that we can continue. A lot of these factors are playing out at the same time here. And what do we see? We see these students now burning. And then a school in Ambira, their parents are being asked to foot a 50 million shilling bill. Do you know where Ambira is? Yeah. Ambira is in Siaya County. Yeah. And they're being asked to pay 50 million for the damage that was done by fire by students in school. Those are some of the things that we're talking about now. Deal with the root of the problem. Deal with it. And it's possible that this problem has many roots. Deal with all of them.
Yeah.
Several schools closed down as wave of unrest jolts second term. That's where we are right now. Fire survivor mourns mother killed in crash. It broke my heart to see this yesterday, that this girl whose mother and father were coming to Utumishi to see if she was okay. It turns out that she was okay. She was okay. But her mother died in that crash and her father then was in hospital. I mean, it's just heartbreaking to see some of these things. And while that's going on, 1,000 Homa-based schools lack title deeds. Hello, Gladys Wanga. Page 4 is that story explained. Den of scandals. Nairobi planning boss arrested. Arrest adds blot to City Hall. When you thought it was safe to get out of the water, there's a shark at your feet.
Yeah.
IEBC is told, as though they need to be told, to ensure integrity of the voter register. One would imagine that would be one of the first things that you do, or the thing that remains in your mind and nobody had to remind you, but apparently not.
I reckon while we're looking at the integrity of that voter register, we need Mwananchi representative to be there. Because all these things are being done, IEBC, we have the political class as well, but never really a representative for the Mwananchi to say we're satisfied with the process.
Equipment for Laikipia Ebola quarantine facility jetson from the US. Court order? Conservatory order? Where's the dustbin? Yeah, so just so you know, the equipment is here. So let's see how that's going to play out. While Nanyuki is still, up in arms. Nganya culture still ruling roads with impunity as public calls for stern action. Again, the horrific death of a number of people a couple of days, just day before yesterday, in this Matatu that was doing all kinds of things on the road.
Let me tell you, Ndu, on Saturday I was coming to work.
Yeah.
On my way, there is this Ngani, it's called Versace, that applies this route. And the driver in that vehicle was snaking on the road from the CBD all the way to Embakasi. No one would be able to even overtake him in a 3-laned road.
I am duly informed that snaking you're talking about is called manyokaing.
Yeah, that one. That snackering and manyokaing happened from the CBD, and by the time I was getting to Standard, it was still doing the same thing all the way now. At the Railways roundabout, there was a police officer. At Haile Selassie roundabout, there's a police officer. At Bunyala Road roundabout, there is a police officer. At Nyayo Stadium roundabout, there is a police officer.
Yeah.
But all this nonsense was happening in the full glare of the
these
police. One asks the question, what's the deal?
Yeah.
What's happening? Why are we having individuals who are doing utter nonsense on the road?
And it's
the
allowed.
police are just watching.
And you know what happens is that people die.
Yeah.
A number of people died on Wednesday because of this. But what is it? What's the thrill? Is it a thrill? Is it thrill seeking? What is it that you want to get from point A to point B acting like madmen? Is it a thrill that you say, okay, we've been in a fast vehicle and we paid for the thrill of your life, or what? What is it?
I don't get it.
Okay.
I don't get, because that is utter nonsense.
Okay.
That is utter nonsense. There's a reason why when you go for driving classes, you're told to drive in a straight line.
Right?
Right?
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess there's a thrill. It's like folks who do speed racing and stuff like that might be, but in this case, this is a public service.
Private public service.
Yeah, but okay, damn.
A private vehicle offering public service.
Exactly.
Yes.
That you're ferrying people. Yeah. But and then unfortunately we had deaths.
Yeah.
Maybe it will be crap.
Now manyokaing right now is not happening because there was an accident, so cops are on them.
But how long?
After everything just dies out,
They'll
you're
come
back
back.
to manyokaing.
Well, Ruto's pet project is what is being called in this story by Josephat Thiongo. To gobble lion's share of 4.8 trillion shilling poll year's project, brother budget. The budget is being read next week. And they're saying that the projects are gobbling up the majority of that.
So that's affordable housing, eh?
Yeah. CSS have 14 days to respond in fuel price case. Like, hello. The people, of course, the High Court has given Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Badi and his energy and petroleum counterpart Opiyo Wandayi 14 days to file responses in a petition challenging the recent fuel price hikes. So, have some time to do that. National Assembly gets petition seeking to change succession laws. A petition has been tabled in the National Assembly seeking to reform the country's succession laws amid concerns of property remaining tied up for decades. Now, when we talk about succession, we're talking about succession, yani baba, son, daughter, like that, not succession of the presidency, before anybody starts panicking. So calm down. Court quashes second trial of ex-city boss in cemetery land case. It's another one that we're looking at. And High Court revives the IVF wrong sperm case. Can you believe it? Can you believe it that you go through this whole process of IVF and then the wrong sperm sample, God in heaven, is what is introduced into the petri dish? Yeah, I'd get my knickers in a twist as well. So Morecambe also has 14 days to respond to petitions. Everybody's getting a petition, it seems. And in the opinion pages, Moshiri Karanja says why boarding schools will not be abolished anytime soon. So that's something to look into, as well as Dong Evans, who's talked about Utumishi Academy fire tragedy, CCTV concerns and the law. That would be an interesting one. Get yourself a copy of the Standard. If you can't get the Standard e-paper, on the go. There's also Grills Glow on the Pulse today.
Yeah, you've seen that, huh? It looks good, eh?
Okay.
Pendasan. Anyway, let's go to the Daily Nation. Why housing levy will last for many years. Now, twist, the government plans to use cash from the 1.5% affordable housing levy as collateral for 100 billion shillings loan in a process known as securitization, signaling that the deduction could become a near permanent feature on workers' payslips. So the money in kujengea nyumba is now being used as what?
Collateral.
As collateral.
Yeah.
Right? Wait. Most schools shut as unrest spreads. The government has ruled out early closure of schools for the midterm break as Alliance High School became the latest institution to be shut over an arson incident. Where did City Hall man get 65 million shillings in cash is the question. The arrest of Mr. Patrick Analo Akivaga, Nairobi County's chief officer for urban planning, and for years one of Governor Johnson Sakaja's closest allies, has turned the spotlight on the workings of a building approval system that critics say has enabled illegal development to flourish across the city, often with deadly consequences. This is the man who plans Nairobi.
Yeah.
So construction that goes up and even those that come down, tumbling down, is under his watch.
Yeah.
65 million shillings in the house. Now, Kenyan American officials send out different signals on Ebola. Kenya and the United States government cannot agree on who will use the Ebola facility in Nanyuki, whether it is a quarantine or an isolation center, and the basis of their deal. Officials are contradicting themselves at every turn. Why are you setting it up if you guys can't even agree on who's going to
use it?
Why set it up? Kenyans are telling you no. You're insisting you're setting it up, and who's going to use it? More schools closed as unrest. We see pictures there of students going home. So that is students from Nakuru Girls Senior School head to Matatus to their homes after the institution was closed indefinitely, as well as students from Joro Boys Senior School as well there, and debris and damaged property at a store in Alliance High School as well. On page 3 is the picture of money bags from Mr. Analo's home. On page 4, plan to use housing levy as collateral, signals workers will pay the tax for longer. That is on page 4. And on page 5, why MPs are against the new tea export duty. So lawmakers have argued that farmers could lose up to 5 billion shillings annually as buyers are likely to opt for cheaper alternatives. So that is because of the finance bill that seeks to introduce a new levy. Now, security sector gets 463 billion shillings boost. Now, education sector has received the highest allocation of 784.5 billion in proposals under the consideration. These as the security sector gets 463 billion shillings. IABC got 24.97 billion shillings. They say they still have a deficit of
40 or so
billion shillings. Talks about elections and how that will be done. Taxpayers to spend 2.31 trillion shillings on debt repayment, according to report. We might collect about 3 trillion. 3 trillion, right? But we'll be spending 2.31 to pay debt.
Yep. So you have about 700 billion to take care of everything. Everything else.
Yes.
But that doesn't quite cut it, and so that's why you need to borrow, and I put that in quotes, to borrow the 1.1 trillion.
In short, that means that by the time we're getting in, we're already in debt.
Yeah.
Okay. Bull battles mount as Linda Ground camp cracks. Linda Ground. There are cracks within that as management of the party's resources has become a major point of conflict. Pesa ya chama iko shida, who's to manage it? So iko shida hapo. And Orengo's conditions for reconciliation as ODM rift or deepens. Seemingly, it looks like maybe there are conversations that are ongoing. Orengo says, for us to sit on that table, these are my demands.
Okay.
Yeah, so the stories we have on the Daily Nation.
Debt crisis, Treasury borrowing to pay wages and allowances is what is on the front page of the Star this morning. So that seems like it's a reality. And of course, that story of the EACC raid on top county staff home recovers 65 million shillings in cash. Ruto's tearful apology shakes up Kenya's political fault lines is what we're also seeing. The Matatu story that we are seeing also, that comes into play. 4 killed and 15 injured after Matatu overturns in Nairobi. And it's interesting because the police report, and I thought that was really interesting, that they came out and they said it was for nothing else except for the reckless driving of the Matatu. That's what they said. They said that this is the reason why this happened. How Moi Varsity was sidelined in a 2.6 billion shillings Rivertex lease. New disaster law faces first major test as threat of El Nino looms. It's coming, guys, whether you like it or not. It's going to be here.
The little one is coming, El Nino.
El Nino, the little Spanish boy, will be here. And, of course, we know that this is relating to the phenomenon where what happens in the sea means extra rain on land.
Yes.
And quite a lot of it. Cost of living is the biggest worry for Kenyans in the latest TIFA poll. And it was interesting because I remember that poll when we saw it had come before the 14th of May. And so a poll has come now after the 14th of May. And Kenyans are saying, according to this research, that the cost of living is their biggest worry. True. You would imagine that with all the drama that we see around, that it would be the political atmosphere. No. Kenyans, they don't care. And Kenyans are saying, excuse me, to survive is becoming more and more expensive. And that is our worry. Mounting debt crisis, Treasury borrowing to pay wages and allowances. And it's not encouraged. Rather, it's actually not constitutional, according to what Kenya's constitution says. Because we're talking about short term in terms of borrowing or for development. We can continue to say that. Okay, so these are some of the stories that we're looking at today in the start. We also have the Nairobian.
Yeah.
It's Friday, and there is a cult of Pesa. That's the headline on the Nairobian. Fear, faith, and fall of a prophet. Holy or hunted. He preached miracles, commanded fear, attracted politicians, and built one of Western Kenya's most mysterious religious movements. But behind Father John Pesa, it's interesting that his name is Pesa, towering influence were years of controversy, bizarre claims, allegations of abuse, and a loyal flock that treated him like a demigod. Now, following his dramatic death, questions linger over the strange empire that he leaves behind. Yeah. I reckon that a lot of people questioned even when he was alive, but said nothing or whispered it in circles. Some things that you don't want to hear, but they are the case. The secret sex life of boarding schools, the hidden relationships shaking schools. You want to read that one?
You want to read that?
Trust me.
Yeah.
Because it comes from somewhere, and you also get some testimonies from students, of course, whose identities then been protected for obvious reasons. But that story, can't run away from it because it's one of the factors that we tend not to look at, but it is there.
We don't want to talk about it, but it's happening.
It is happening. It is happening. So it's one of the cases that must be looked at. And then very quickly on the Business Daily, top banks hold 5.7 trillion shilling assets in loan collateral. Top banks holding. Yeah, should I say that number again? Yeah. Did it fly over your head? 5.7 trillion shillings assets, loans, collateral is what top banks are actually holding.
I mean, for that to just make sense, that's the amount that has been touted that would take us to Singapore.
Yeah. And banks are holding that money.
Yes.
Yes, they are. That's kind of like what the morning looks like. The Deputy President of Wajir County is going to be in the hot seat when we come back at 7. Of course, we'll be discussing some of these things because is it that the North is finally opening? With a move by the president to take Madaraka Day celebrations there, what then has it been able to do? And are we going to then be able to see sustainability of this move and then longevity of this decision? Good morning. It's 7 a.m.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to